The problem is broader than just the Muslim Brotherhood. The problem is terrorism. The problem is terror financing. The problem is harboring individuals who are wanted for financing terrorism. The problem is not bringing them to justice. The problem is interfering in the affairs of other countries and trying to destabilize them. You don't do this if you want people to deal with you as a good neighbor. We in Saudi Arabia have a problem. We acknowledged it, and we dealt with it. We have zero tolerance when it comes to extremism. We have zero tolerance when it comes to terror financing. We have revamped our charities. We have changed our banking systems. We have looked at our education system. We have stopped extremists from preaching, and we punish them when they do. That's recognizing you have a problem and dealing with it. The Qataris are still in denial. They don't think they have a problem, so they talk about different things and they try to shift the subject. We're under siege. There is no siege. Do you see Saudi airplanes flying over Qatari airspace? Do you see Saudi warships blockading Qatari ports? No. It's just a boycott. We do not want to deal with you so long as you continue with this behavior. If you want to be a good neighbor, and we hope you will be, then change your behavior and do the right thing. We have no interest in punishing Qatar. We want Qatar to change its ways. The problem we have is we have a country that's in denial. They don't believe they have a problem, and as a consequence, they don't believe they have to fix it. But what have the Qataris done since we took the steps that we took? They have signed an MOU with the US on terror financing, which they had refused in the past. They have now American Treasury officials in their banking system, which they had refused in the past. They've changed their laws in order to allow the introduction of evidence provided by foreign governments, which they had refused in the past. They have begun to, as a consequence of this action, Hamas gave up the Gaza Strip and handed it over to the Palestinian Authority. This is all good. And so we expect, as this goes forward, that the Qataris will recognize that they have a problem and they will go into introspection and deal with the problem. This is not about humiliating anyone. This is about getting somebody to do the right thing.
But you would argue then, if I'm trying to hear this carefully, some progress has been made, if not enough. Is that what I heard through that list?
It depends on what they do now that they've changed